Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Thursday, 19 February 2026, Aries. An emotional issue with a family member could have you wanting to run away. Don't fight the urge. This may be just what you need in order to clear your mind regarding the problem and heal your wounded psyche before you face this person again. You might also receive some disconcerting revelations about yourself and old traumas that you've long since forgotten. So please don't fight this either. Simply release them. Taurus, emotional issues rooted in the past could leave you feeling inhibited today. You might also be a bit more touchy than usual and see insult where none is intended. Curb the impulse to take offense. Try to confront and release the old issues, or at least promise yourself you'll deal with them later. Then be very sweet to your entourage. You should be feeling more positive by the end of the day. Gemini, friction or other troubles on the job could cause you to want to quit, but worries about money might keep you from doing it. You definitely need to reassess your situation. Perhaps a change or position is what you need. You may have untapped talents that could make you more marketable, and you might also want to learn new trades. Think about this, and if you really think you want a change, then please go for it. Cancer, your self-confidence could well be in the pits today. Mistakes from the past could come back to haunt you, and you may be mentally overcome by the fear that you'll have similar errors. Force yourself to be objective before you drive yourself crazy. It could cause you some unnecessary problems, but try to realize that you're unique and that you have skills and talents that set you apart from everyone else. Leo, generally you tend to be a very physically oriented person, but today you're more likely to want to look within, perhaps to experiment with your own psychic abilities or study spiritual concepts. You also might find yourself more interested than usual in the arts, particularly that which comes from other cultures. You'll be far more contemplative today than usual, and it might prove enlightening to write down your thoughts. Virgo, financial considerations could delay the start of a new project that you've wanted to begin for a while. Perhaps you don't quite have the funds you need, or maybe the cost is a bit higher than you expected. Don't sink into despair. This only will give another temporary delay. Tighten the budget and make substitutions. Use your ingenuity to work around it, and the project should be right on schedule. Libra, the day may be temporarily plagued by scandals of some sort. Some of your entourage, particularly women, may gather in conspiration or gossip. Your curiosity will definitely be aroused, but don't be tempted to join them. There is more to the situation than meets the eye, and you'll want to know all the facts before jumping to conclusions. Concentrate on your own interest and worry about that scandal later. Scorpio, you're intuitive by nature, but today you're likely to have a rush of psychic premonitions. Insight into your own character could bring old trauma to the surface so you can release them. Your dreams could be especially vivid and rather disconcerting, although not in a negative way. Write it down. Even your aesthetic sense is also high today, so don't be surprised if you discover that you're rather partial to impressionist art. Sagittarius, sex and romance are very much on your mind today. You're feeling especially passionate and your emotions are rich and deep. At times like this, you're likely to want to concentrate on your own pleasure, yet it is important to be sensitive to your partners as well. Racy novels and movies could be especially appealing, and you might toy with the idea of shopping at Victoria's Secrets. Capricorn, a family member could be feeling a little down, and you may be tempted to give him or her a pep talk to get them going again. Please don't. They won't respond to it, and this could create tension in the home. Your own self-confidence is probably at an all-time low, so you tend to be your own worst critic in the best of times, but today you're a bit confused. Try to be fair to everyone around you, especially yourself. Aquarius, too much exposure to books, newspapers, and computers could cause you eye strain, headaches, and more, so try to exercise a little caution when working with small print or computer text. Thoughts of love and romance could interfere with your ability to do your work effectively, and you may be tempted to spend most of your time on the phone. We all have days like this, so don't fight it. Just make sure you're feeling great when the evening comes around. Pisces, by nature, you're a master psychologist, and you don't need to know someone very well to accurately assess his or her thoughts and motives. Today, this ability goes far beyond the psychology and borders to the psychic. People's feelings may jump out at you. Reading newspaper headlines gives you uncanny ideas about the future. You could also experience some intense and vivid dreams. Make a careful record of the symbols in your dreams, and you'll be surprised at what they tell you for sure. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Thursday, 19 February 2026. Do have yourself a great day.
mind my business. Happy Thursday, good morning. Welcome to the morning show. Of course, I left my ash on. So if you've seen my ash on, yesterday was Ash Wednesday. I just wanted to remind you guys that if you are one of those who observe that as part of your religious practice, then it is the start of Lent. So you decide how it is you're going to be approaching that moment. If you're not into that, then we respect that as well. Let's head on over to our news department. We'll be back shortly.
Good morning. Time now for the news. My name is Timothy Polio. For consumers across St. Lucia, the tap is running a little drier, with the ongoing dry spell projected to worsen. The Water and Sewage Company, WASCO, is sounding the alarm, urging households to immediately increase their water storage capacity. At a press conference Wednesday, officials revealed that water levels at the John Compton Dam are tracking down lower than last year. A small difference on paper, but a significant threat to supply.
Overall, in the Babuno area, for example, our levels of production at the Hill 20 treatment plant has gone down by 49–50%. Normally, would be producing 1.2 million gallons of water daily from that treatment plant. Right now, our production levels are at around 500,000 daily. So you can see the vast difference and the marked decline in the levels of production. This transfers to our customers, and then we have a marked deficit in the supply levels as it relates to what is needed by the customers for their daily use.
While WASCO trucks water to domestic homes, they warn that commercial customers cannot rely on the same service as the water company struggles to manage a resource that is being steadily depleted by climate change. We continue the broadcast with news that it is the smallest token of appreciation, but it carries the weight of a nation's pride. On Wednesday morning, the achievements of Olympic champion Julian Alfred were officially sealed into history with the launch of a commemorative stamp in her honor. Sports Minister Kenson Casimir described it as more than just applause frozen in ink. It is a permanent mark of gratitude for a woman, according to him, who has redefined the St. Lucian identity.
It is quite fitting to launch the Julian Alfred commemorative stamp during our 47th anniversary of independence to celebrate the momentous accomplishment of one of us.
Surrounded by government officials and the Sprint Queen herself, the ceremony transformed a piece of postal history into a national treasure. And while most stamps quietly find their way through the mill, this one is expected to travel with a bit more speed and a whole lot more pride wherever it goes. A promise once championed from the opposition benches is back in the spotlight as questions grew over term limits for prime ministers and when constitutional reform will finally become reality. During Monday's pre-cabinet briefing, the prime minister provided an update on why the proposed constitutional reform has not yet been implemented.
In the budget, we have a provision for the Constitutional Review Committee, which is going to ongoing. Right, so hopefully that committee should meet. We've actually funded it, and then because as you know, I don't know if you remember that there was a constitutional review by Lady Susie Dovey. You remember that, right? That is on that's on the table. So we are reviewing that. So all these things can come into that document.
Mr. Pierce says update on constitutional reform and other national matters will be provided once the relevant processes are completed, adding that the overall mission remains ensuring equal opportunities for all St. Lucians to contribute to national development. Finally, from us this morning, the Pope has called for a Lenten season defined by meekness and moderation. But one Roman Catholic priest on island is offering a different perspective. As the faithful are urged to embrace soft speech, Father Linus Clovis is warning that a desire for kindness must never compromise the delivery of hard truth.
I don't think the issue is a matter of harsh words. Harsh words are sometimes necessary. Especially when a person is unwilling to hear or to listen. So we find, for instance, John the Baptist used harsh words. Who told you to flee from wrath to come, you brood of vipers? Our Lord likewise speaks harshly to the Pharisees, where he says, you hypocrites, etc., etc. So harsh words are necessary. So refraining from them doesn't help anybody, because there are circumstances when they are necessary and must be used.
While Pope Leo XIV's theme for Lent emphasizes listening and conversion through gentle words, Father Clovis argues that direct and sometimes harsh language remains a necessary tool for reform in St. Lucian's society. He insists that sincerity is not enough. The truth, even when it stings, must be spoken. And that's the news. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please join us at noon for our next news major, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polio. Good morning.
Right. Thank you, guys. We need to take a short break. We'll be back. We started something called the Icon series. Well, you know, something happened quite accidentally, and we thought it would have been a nice addition during the month of February to continue it. So we decided we're going to continue with that Icon series. We had Jab Duplessis last week, and this Thursday we are pleased to introduce to you a man who have made contribution and continues to make some very, very vital contribution to the livestock and veterinary field on the island for the past 30-something years. His name is Chris Noville. Well, Timothy Noville, we know him as Chris. So here's the series, the start of it, that is.
Mr. Timothy Noville, or as most of us know him, Chris, is retiring after an incredible 37 years of service with the government of St. Lucia and 34 years of service with the Ministry of Agriculture's Veterinary and Livestock Division. And for anyone wondering why he's called Chris, let's take it from the beginning. Picture this: about 55 years ago, a baby was born on Christmas Day to Frank and Linda Noville. And though babies do cry, this one came out smiling. And he has been this happy ever since. Much like the Christmas season itself, Chris brings warmth, joy, and a special kind of energy to everyone he encounters, whether human or animal. Fast forward to 18 years, Chris joined the government in 1991, when some of us in the room were still cells and when animals' health practices looked quite different than they do today. Through all the changes, challenges, and the technological advances, one constant has remained: Chris Noville showing up every single day with an unwavering commitment and a smile on his face. Now, most people in the community refer to Chris as the Rasta vet with the grey eyes, and while we know his official title is Animal Health Assistant, Veterinary Public Health Officer, anyone who has worked alongside him understands that this title does not begin to capture the depth of his knowledge, the breadth of his skills, or the magnitude of his heart. Chris has been the person farmers call at midnight or perhaps 4 a.m. when a cow is in distress, or just to report the goat gave birth or my pig is not eating, or about a call that could have been made during working hours. He's been the one who responds to farmers while others sleep. He's been a steady hand during training sessions, the reassuring voice during uncertainties. His dependability isn't just a professional quality, it's practically legendary. Speaking of calls and farmers, I have to mention Chris's phone. The man simply cannot escape it. Even in retirement, his phone rings constantly with work calls, farmers needing advice even if they won't listen for the 15th time, colleagues seeking guidance, worried animal owners reaching out for help. Chris has never been one to let a call go to voicemail when there's an animal in need. He answers during lunch breaks, holidays, weekends, and yes, even during his vacation. The truth is, Chris doesn't know how to say no to helping someone or something in need. Let's talk about Chris's professional life for a moment. Oh, not the direction you think this is going. A tale of about 7 dogs and 4 cats. Yes, you heard that correctly. When he isn't caring for animals as part of his job, he goes home to care for about 11 animals of his own. I think this speaks volumes about the kind of man Chris is. He doesn't just do his job because he's paid to do it, he does it because it's woven into his very soul. Animals aren't just his profession, they're his passion, his calling, and his family. The Rasta with the grey eyes, Rasta avec yeux gris. A distinctive moniker for a distinctive appearance, and once you've seen those remarkable grey eyes, you never forget them. But more than his striking appearance, it's what's behind those that make him special. Decades of experience, endless compassion, and an intuitive understanding of animals that simply can't be taught in classrooms. Chris has been an extraordinary teacher and mentor throughout his career. He holds his colleagues to incredibly high standards, not because he's demanding, but because he knows that animals deserve nothing less than our absolute best. Colleagues can attest to arriving in the division young, green, and uncertain, only to blossom under his guidance. He doesn't just teach techniques, he instills values. He shows us that every animal matters, that no question is too small, and that there is always more to learn. Many of us standing here today are better professionals and better people because he took the time to invest in us. For 34 years, he has worked long hours without complaint, has shown up during weekends and holidays, has driven countless miles to remote farms, and has performed his duties with a level of dedication that most of us can only aspire to achieve. He has comforted grieving farmers, celebrated successful births, nursed sick animals back to health, and educated generations about responsible animal care and husbandry practices. Chris, on behalf of the entire veterinary and livestock division, and on behalf of every farmer and animal whose life you've touched over the years, thank you. Thank you for your unwavering dedication, your endless compassion, your infectious humor, and your friendship. Thank you for being the person who sets the standards for all of us. Thank you for showing us what it truly means to love what you do and to do it with your whole heart. Now, as you embark on this next chapter, I hope you don't see today as an end, but rather as a new beginning. Yes, it's called retirement, but we both know that people like you don't truly retire from their calling. I hope this new chapter allows you to spend more quality time with those 7 dogs and 4 cats. I hope it means that you can finally maybe, just maybe, let your phone go to voicemail occasionally. And yes, I genuinely hope that one day you might even come out of retirement, because this division will be a little less bright without your daily presence. We wish you health, happiness, and peace in your retirement. You've earned every bit of it. But please know that your door will always be open to us. Your phone will always ring with questions we know you have the answers to, and your place in this division will never truly be filled. You are leaving behind enormous boots to fill, but you are also leaving behind a legacy of excellence that will inspire generations to come. Thank you, Chris, for everything. Now go enjoy your retirement, but keep that phone charged, just in case.
Timothy Norville. I don't know where that name come out. It's a good thing I never had to write check for him, because all I know him by is Chris. Chris is a retired
animal health assistant.
Animal health assistant. I don't know what that means, but as far as I'm concerned, Chris is a vet, because that's all I know Chris to be. So this man is quite active, has been active in this field for over 29 years, isn't it?
Yes.
29 years or more?
Yeah, it's actually since 1994. So if you do the maths, it's like 34 years.
34 years.
Yes.
You have been in that field.
Yes.
And it clearly is your life, Chris. You have poured a lot of effort. The passion, people do things.
Yes.
And you can tell when people is doing things as a career. We're doing it because it's something to do and it's a career. But you can tell when somebody is one with something.
Yeah.
And I think anybody who have noticed you, and I'm not even a St. Lucianist, so think about those that are actually Lucians here that you've interacted with, how they view this. Because when they see you into that field, Chris, you become one with it. The passion that you exert, the care that you take care of these animals. Like, I swear God, I say, well, what did you? I wanted to be one of your animals, because the way you're pouring into these animals, the love and the passion that you have for that field of work, Chris, it's beyond me.
Well, I guess when you're lucky or fortunate to do what you love as your job. As you said, the passion just continues and it radiates from you from one strength to another.
Did you always know you wanted to? That's the field you wanted to be in? Did you have an innate love for animals before?
It was agriculture or home economics. So my desires were to be a chef or become a vet. The way it went, agriculture opened up the way, and that's history from there.
From there on.
Yes.
Do you still dabble in the chef business?
Oh well, I mean, if any of the goats fall short, I have a huge short year home, and I always well packed with curry. So
absolutely.
Yes, that's also another passion of mine. So
right.
If you don't get me working excessively long hours, you would find me on a grill or behind a pot or by a stove and stuff like that. I like outdoor activities, nature and those things. So
absolutely.
It comes, both of them sort of bind.
Absolutely.
Agriculture, I raise the animal. Home ec, I cook the animal.
On another note, I like it. What does retiring mean for you now? Can you retire, Chris?
Nah,
that's the question. I don't think that's it. I mean, we say you retire. I don't know how possible this is.
I think anyone who has a passion for just working normally, retirement is never what the terminology. So if we pull up an Oxford or Collins dictionary and we look at retirement, what you will see, the average retiree with that passion,
it doesn't fall under that bracket
Definitely not. As I would say, I retired in December of 2025. January was just a normal work month for me. I deferred all work, animal, livestock related to government, and I still assisted. I still did a wealth of private calls.
Right. Your phone still goes off,
That's it. So it's not gonna stop. Retired or not, your phone rings at 1 in the morning, at midnight, someone knocks on your door, someone stops you in traffic, you're at the supermarket, someone stops you and inquires about the animal, and you can't just walk away. So there's nothing like retirement, at least not for me, not now.
Right. Let's speak to some of the things you've covered in your tenure as, in that position. I mean, it's some of the craziest thing you've had to deal with in that field.
Wow, boy.
I know I'm sending you back down there.
There's a lot. When you go to study and you do pharmacology, one of the first drugs we deal with is something called oxytocin. It helps with milk let down for pregnant mothers or nursing mothers and stuff. And they'll tell you the first experience which will motivate you when you get out of there is when you get a case with an animal with no milk and you administer that drug. And believe you me, it's electric. It's full of adrenaline. You see this animal there, it's suffering, and you administer that drug. Within 5 to 10 seconds, you would see a down flow of milk, and the farmer lights up. You see those animals just rushing. We'll use piglets just rushing into nurse and stuff like that, and you feel like the hero.
Yeah.
You are the hero, but you know it's something really, really simple. But in the line of animal health or veterinary public health, there's a wealth of experiences which I have had. And it's difficult to just pull one out, other than the example I used. I love surgery. So when you have a dystocia, someone where you have to go in and take a calf, you have to cut open to remove a calf, all of those things, a broken leg, something out of the ordinary. The only bad thing about it tends to happen on a Friday afternoon at 3:30 when you're getting ready to go home. And it sort of ends at 8 o'clock in the night in some forbidden area where there might be snakes or there's no shelter and you're open to the elements, but your drive and your passion for that overrides everything, So it's been a long journey with government, and the journey still continues.
Absolutely, privately, of course. We who are not part of parcel of that industry, that area of expertise, we may be living in a little bubble, sort of like a little bubble, because so much is happening on that route. We go to the market, we buying meat, we doing so, and we do not understand that for us to that end product or that whatever it is, or we get pets, we have pets at our home and we're taking care of dogs. I mean, for that what we enjoy to happen. So much of what it is that you guys do and the services that you offer is so relevant, and sometimes we tend to miss that gap.
Yes, one of those things, I could use the Christmas season, and the Ministry of Agriculture, the Veterinary and Livestock Division, in collaboration with Ministry of Health and the Royal Central Police Force, we try to make sure that the activities for the Christmas slaughter is all in place. and it covers so many different areas people tend to take for granted. You know, the examination of animals, the movement of animals, making sure those animals are healthy, making sure that the condition under which those animals are before they are slaughtered meet with our conditions. I mean, you still get people doing their own thing. But when you sit down, you talk to people and you explain to people, they say, well, I didn't know all of that was involved. I just thought that you just get an animal, you kill the animal and stuff. We have a mix of our cultural slaughtering and we have what should be. What should be is the presence of an abattoir, which we are lacking right now. And hopefully, although one was constructed, we are hoping that they could go back to the drawing board and do something which is more applicable to our conditions. So when you see farmers come in and you try to educate farmers, you try to educate butchers, you try to educate the general public who we are trying to provide this product for. And Ministry of Health also steps in. People tend to take it for granted, but it is so easy for something to go wrong. And those long hours within that the week and a half prior to Christmas and after Christmas are always crazy. An adrenaline rush for me and the health department, and we always, as we say, get the support of the Ministry of Agriculture, not only our department, but other areas, and the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. They are always there to sort of pull things in. So we prepare stuff and we try to execute stuff in a fashion that makes it in a timely fashion for people to get the product, because everybody wants fresh meat, you know, at that time, and everybody wants a particular thing. And there's this atmosphere where you're there with the people slaughtering, the mixture of the smoke, the different scents which you're going to get, you know, it just gives you a drive. For me, this, if I have to choose a time of year to work, December will be.
That's the you're just an excited man. You like a lot of drama, you know. Chris, I can't even say happy retirement because that ain't happening. But you know, thank you for your years of service, and you know, I hope, you know, I guess it's a dream of yours as well to see more people coming into the sector.
Yes,
in that regard.
Definitely. I am not sure what formula they will use, because the scholarships and the fundings are not as it used to be. But if people have the passion and they are willing to learn and volunteer, that is a way. We have to look at that route of volunteering. It's not part of our culture. It's coming in slowly. And if they're able to, and we could reach out, we do a career showcase every year. We partake in career showcases to try to let people understand what the needs are, what you want to do. Because some people decide, oh, I want to be a vet. But when they go and they study, they come back, it's not what they thought it would be. So we have everything set up. The ministry has those things set up. Some of the private veterinarians also allow volunteers in. So in order to sustain that part of the agricultural sector, those things have to apply. And it's not only to vet. The veterinary department goes across the board. You could go into Ministry of Health, you could go into the police. They're talking about border control, it goes into there. It goes into forestry and wildlife. Just think of it, tourism. Just think of it, the veterinary department or the veterinary division has an active part to play in it, even if it's behind the scenes.
Absolutely. Chris, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your service.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We are honored. Listen, this man is an iconic series. Yeah? You're going in there. All the best, Chris.
Yes, thanks. Take care, Maureen. All the best.
Nice. Something we've been hearing from the vendors, and we feel a little, I feel a little guilty, because we did not profit the opportunity when it was Valentine's, because we normally do that, and we didn't get the time to do that, to go and take a look at them, you know, highlight their booths and stuff like that. So we're not going to make that mistake twice. But fortunately for us, we got to sit down with the president, Ms. Alexander, from the Castries Vendors Association. So we wanted to get a little insight first. You know, we wanted to know where we were at, what it's going on, how it's looking for us. So we sat down with her, we spoke about what Valentine's was, what's the anticipation and the hope is for independence. So here she is. Well, I heard, you know, I neglected my people over the Valentine's, and I don't know if I contributed to the low sales. I know, right? The hand was so tied up. Says I was tied up. But then I see in little things that come out saying the vendors didn't know the Valentine was not as, as they anticipated. So I said, no, I'm not leaving you all hanging for Independence. I'm coming right back. So let me greet you. Let me say Happy Valentine.
Boost,
But of course, that's what we're supposed to do. We scratch each other's back, Well, and the fine ladies are passing. They come out and get their ash on Ash Wednesdays. I like that. We're going and talk to them in a minute. But Sister Lai, hi, sweetheart. You get your ash already?
Yes.
Absolutely. How you do? I'm coming from my ash just now. Happy Independence? You all get your outfit already for Independence? Okay, good. You have a lot. You see, that's why I must come and chill by my girl. You see, I should have been here for Valentine. But anyways, spoiled milk. It's gone already. We apologize. We're gone already, but we're here for Independence.
I hold you accountable for that.
I taken it. I take my back, bro. I taken it, but we're not letting it happen for Independence because Independence is too much of a significant observance. 47 years, and we need to make sure persons understand and get themselves done. Asking you now, because I've been hearing people say, so I want you to break down for me what it's been like for you and your members. The Valentine wasn't all that ready.
It wasn't all that due to the fact we had no water. 2 days, Thursday, Friday, which is one of our biggest sales. They would have been the Thursday, and the children couldn't go to school.
Right. So and most of the time the children are shopping, yeah?
No, our main sale
for Valentine
are the school children.
Kids?
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Young love. Yeah. I love it.
The school children, the exchange of gifts and stuff. So as small as it is, but
yes, something going, the movement. Well, how did Independence looking though? Independence coming up on the weekend.
It's not looking as bright as the other years. I am not sure why.
Right.
But I'm hoping, since I saw Mr. Frederick give the city a little boost up, it was a little hype yesterday.
Yes.
I hope it continues.
For the battery lane, only round up.
It boosts up the
city a little. You get that igniting that this is happening. So hopefully the children are going to come out and start purchasing the Colors Day is today, Friday. So Colors Day, we hope in person to see people come and get their stuff and to represent in their colors.
Yeah.
But in terms of variety and your vendors, we passed by the square. Here,
it's kind of low key. This year we don't even have
a lot of booths.
Yeah, we don't even have a lot of the vendors as normal.
They probably got their spirit broken from the Valentine.
Aww. A lot of them didn't participate.
What can we do now? How do we? What are some of the measures you think we can? You have to go back to the drawing board after that and see what's up.
We are just hoping the mayor was good enough to give us hair,
right?
Because that's not our normal vending days.
Okay, good.
So I'm hoping when we go back to the boulevard, they know us there. Maybe they'll come around. It's a little one.
Right. But sometimes your solutions,
the last minute.
Last minute. So last minute we come in.
So I'm hoping by Friday, Saturday,
yes,
they come in.
Yeah. Well, I hope so too. I think they have a lot of things. Listen, guys, you gotta come on over. Well, me and my fancy self. So you see them kind of thing there. Imagine you wear white and you just drop that there. You're good to go. How you not going anywhere with that? And you have a few of these items, and I think people are what I like to see from the vendors, especially for Independence, how they just get innovative with it. They just really play around with it,
yeah, some of them
get some very
creative.
Unique, very unique stuff, and I think that sells as well.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it out there, guys.
Probably by Friday, Saturday, you see all the creative
pieces are coming
in.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. We're looking for that as well.
Yeah.
Certainly. But any last word you want to put out there for potential?
Appealing to the public that they should at least participate with our vendors, come and help us out.
Purchase. It's so the thing have to work. And Independent it is again. So support local. Let's make the thing.
Make it local.
Yeah, make it local, and then we do the thing. I think we can make it happen. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go on out. Let's flood the towns, and let's get our Independence colors in line.
I'll try to put a little more balloons in town. Hype it up a little
more.
Yeah. The boulevard.
Yes, man.
See if we can hype it up.
Absolutely. Yeah. Something will happen, don't worry.
I'll make it happen. I
know you do. Let me tell you, you're a woman. You're a woman is a mover and shaker. So I'm not scared for you at all. But in the bare minimum, you're always here. You will come and let them know what's going on and remind them this is happening and you need to do it that way. Yeah, we're telling you what to do because sometimes we just need to guide you.
Well, thanks for the little boost.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
No
as
problem.
Usual,
we appreciate you.
You're always there for us.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Thanks again.
Big up DBS. You don't know. We just do it right.
Right.
All right, love. All the best and happy Independence.
Thank you.
Okay. Right, and I'm glad that you're seeing all of the colors. Everybody wants to know where I get my scarf. Well, this is local made. This is from the bow tie guy. Remember, it's all practically in all of the duty-free shopping places with the ties and everything. So guys, you can get your ties. Ladies, you can get your scarf. I haven't had this one since last year, so I got to pick up a new one. But there you go. Your national colors. I mean, come on. We want to see them. We want to see you out there in it. Come tomorrow. Everybody should be in their national colors representing your 47th anniversary of independence. And tomorrow we've got some insight for you as well, because obviously we're going to go back to the square. We're going to go back to find your vendors and show you where you can get the nice stuff for the independence celebration for yourself and the kids as well. So that is coming in tomorrow. That's like a preview of tomorrow, but that is our show for today, Thursday. We hope you're going out and enjoy what's left of the day. Of course, find some time to reflect. Like I said, do not confuse the Lenten season and make it into a paganism or a Catholicism kind of thing. It is really and truly a personal thing. You don't have to do it as a Catholic, but let's think about it. If you could spend some time to reflect and ground yourself, you've got to find time as a human being to be able to do that, because you move around in this time and life moving, and a lot of things could band themselves, a lot of energies could band themselves onto you. It don't have to be in the Lenten season, but it's very vital for people to find moments where they can declutter, realign themselves, and stand firm, grounded, whether you're a Catholic or not. So you think about it from that angle and you decide what you're going to do in the coming weeks. But those of you who celebrate the Lenten season, well, here's the start of your Lent. What is it you're going to be doing? Well, you decide. It's a personal journey, and only you alone can be true to yourself and hold yourself responsibility. Responsible, that is. Here's to an awesome Thursday. Listen, whew, what a week. It's been a week thus far, but we're looking forward to the weekend. See you guys tomorrow. We'll be back.